Hello. Today's a new day. Uh, my name is Audrey June, aka Soft Child Oracle, and I am going to think with you and work with you through this process of purgation. So the first question that I'm going to ask today, because I know that a lot of y'all probably feeling this hard, is, and I'm going to use my angels and ancestors deck. So how do we act, right? How do we act on our newfound consciousness? How do we outwardly express this unity consciousness in order to help the world awaken? So I got the Knight, right? So when we look at this card, I notice first and foremost that he is dedicated to his cause, right? You can see the roses in the background. The roses, once again, they come back to Mother Mary, the way of the heart, right? And we can see, if you look closely, you can see the tears in his eyes, right? The intense emotion of moving forward in his cause. And he is dedicated, right? He acts every day in his valor. He acts every day leading from the heart. The Knights, it was very clear where their loyalty lied, right? So the way that I see this card is that in order for us to act in unity consciousness, in order for us to move forward in our own perception, we have to share our heart and what we feel inside openly and honestly. There can be no question of where our loyalty lies, right? So in those moments that you feel lost, you feel that faith creeping away, take a breath. Go outside, close your eyes, reconnect back to your guides, to your source. And remember that you are ultimately never alone, right? As alone as we feel, especially during these times of changes, it's essential for you to recognize that you are never alone, right? So it says, do the right thing, even if it isn't the easiest option. Stand for what you know to be right and true. The Knight is a knight in shining armor, dedicated to the crown that his sword defends. In this sense, he is a protector of the Holy Grail and therefore of your spiritual growth and expansion. As a soul, as your higher self, you are here to expand. So you must always remember that. He represents the warrior in you. Whether you're male or female, that energy is within you. His sword and armor show he is courageous and strong, but if you look closely, you will see he has a tear running down his face, showing his willingness to be vulnerable and his love for what he protects. The energy of respect is important right now. You're being encouraged to figure out what is important to you and what you stand for. If you're in a space where there's opposition, you're being guided to follow through with integrity, because even if it seems this will slow your progress, your rewards will be much more abundant. So always live in your honesty. Always live in your truth. You're being surrounded by a light of bravery to help you. This card also brings justice. If you're longing for justice, please know that the universal energies are working to bring everything back into order, and that you don't need to force anything through with your will. If you've made any mistakes recently, it's important to take ownership of them so that you can align yourself with improving the situation. If you're feeling the need to defend your spiritual path at this time, back down and let it protect you. Right? So we have the Knight. How else? Or how can we show this dedication? Right? So what do we need to remember in order to let our beliefs protect us, to keep the faith. We have the eagle, right? The eagle represents North America, the masculine, represents divine masculinity. In this card, we see that the eagle is going downward with his talons ready to pounce. You can see down here also we have the eye, the all-knowing eye, right? So the eagle here represents seeing things from a higher perspective. So going back to Great Spirit, going back to unity consciousness, keeping faith by remembering that these moments of cleansing, these moments of purgation, these moments of stillness, they're here to unlock ourselves so that we can better move forward as the warrior, as the knight, protecting our path. So always keep in mind that you are a spiritual being. Your higher self chose this life in order for you to expand and to grow and to help the world come, into unity consciousness, right? So, is there anything else, anybody else, any other messages from this deck? We have the Hermit, right? Again, we're still in that moment of stillness. Give yourself time every day in solitude. Connect to your higher self. Remember to pray. Remember to breathe. Remember to cleanse. Remember, in any moment of anxiety or fear or frustration, that those are there as lessons. Those feelings, you have to always reconnect to your higher self, right? And then we also have exchange energy to create abundance. This is a Berber, right? He is magnanimous. He's charismatic. He is all about reciprocity. So don't forget to connect back to your soul family. Don't forget to speak from the heart. Don't forget, never get caught in the pessimism of this very moment, right? As everybody in our community is saying, as you probably feel in your heart, this world is falling away. It is our job to hold on to the light, to see the light. And in order for us to better see the light, we cannot do it in isolation. We cannot feel that we ourselves are alone, that only in our moments of solitude we can actually connect, right? These two are in balance. On the one hand, we have those moments of stillness, those moments of feeling alone. But it's not, so if we think about the difference between solitude and loneliness is something that is happening to you versus solitude is something that you choose. So these moments of retreat are essential, but after you have retreated, after you have looked inside yourself and gathered your strength, you must go out and share it with the world. You must create relationships with people who are on your energy, on your vibrational level. You must give of your heart freely because we are reflections of one another and we need each other in this moment. So don't forget, you need to balance the internal with the external. I'm going to pull now from my Aboriginal Dreamtime deck. And with this, I'm asking Spirit, what guidance does the collective need? So, Gaia, Star Family, my own guides, my own connection to my crown chakra. What do we need to know? How do we move in this new energy? Sacred knowledge. So if we look at this card, we see in the middle, we have an energy, right? It's white for the crown chakra. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Completion. 9 is a very important number to indicate the ending of cycles. Within the major arcana, 9 is the hermit. It is the soul path of going within. And we see the 6 pillars, and we see also the water, right? Sacred knowledge. We're in a moment of sacred knowledge where it's all uncovering within ourselves. Back when the sun was still weak and the world was still in its... A little black snake was strong-headed and didn't like to listen to what his mom had to say, and would often wander off on his own to explore the bush. As the days started to get cooler, he found it was getting harder to find the energy to make it home at night. One cool winter's day, when the sun didn't warm the ground until early afternoon, he wandered further from the home when he had ever gone before. Before he realized it, the sun was setting and the ground was cold, making it harder for him to slither back to his mom and siblings. As the night got darker and colder, he curled up to try and keep his warmth and hide from the nighttime predators. All night he stayed awake listening for noises, becoming more and more afraid, until finally morning arrived and the sun poked over the horizon, warming his body and giving him strength again. With a warm body and lots of energy, he slithered quickly back to his mom, who had been waiting for him all night. He promised his mom to listen to her in the future and to never go too far away from home again. So the way that I see this allegory is the way that we interact with our higher self, the way that we interact with God and unity consciousness, the everything. The little snake is like our ego, right? So we go into this world and we do the things that we need to do to expand. And then we need a moment to return back to source. We're in that moment now, collectively. Sometimes we just run out of energy before we get the day's work done. It's probably time for you to tighten up on your time management skills and decide what can be left until the next day. Not everything has to be done today, but you've placed that expectation on yourself and are finding it more difficult each day. Give yourself a break and get real about what is important and what can wait until tomorrow. So this is happening to us collectively right now with coronavirus. And I know there's a lot of inequity as far as that is concerned. A lot of people have not been given the time to really manage themselves within themselves. This card is also a reminder to go with the cycles of the earth, to rest when you need to rest, to take time away when you need to take time away, right? When Spirit is telling you to retreat, you need to retreat. When Spirit is telling you to go out and exchange, you need to exchange. When I say Spirit, I'm talking about us, our higher self, our unity consciousness. So really take the time to listen back into who you really are, right? I'm going to pull one last card for today's focus from my Work Your Light Oracle deck. And we got Keepers of the Earth. Take a moment. What is this card telling you? What do you notice about this card? What I see right away, I see the pumas down here, right? We know that the puma represents leadership, protector, strong mother energy. right? Leading other people by example, unlocking other people's power within. You see the woman, right? And she is looking downward. She is in prayer. She is in gratitude. And her spirit guides are above her, within her, always there to ask for help and guidance. We've got the full moon, right? And the full moon is coming. The full moon is on the 3rd. It's in Aquarius right now. We are in a waxing cycle. Our energy is amplifying. Our manifestation powers are growing. You really need to take the time and to discipline your mind. Don't let the doubts come in. Let them fall away. Be true to yourself. Then we see the wolf. And the wolf is very much akin to humanity. The wolf is independent. The wolf is community oriented. The wolf knows how to balance the self with others. The wolf understands true community, true loyalty. That there are times when you go out on your own that you do for the others, right? We do for our tribe. And there are times when we need our tribe to fulfill the maneuver. And then at the top, we have a Native American spirit woman, a Native American woman, medicine woman. She's holding space. She's above. She has her angel wings. Or no, those aren't wings. These are all guides. We see the eagle, again, back to the eagle. That came in twice today. Eagle is representative of North America. Those of you in North America, remember that we are coming to meet the condor. The rainbow tribes are reuniting. We're in a cosmic moment of time. Time has changed. We're on a new timeline. And then up here, we see the porpoises, right? That's a connection to Sirius. The Lionsgate portal is open. I'm going to link below some more information on that. But Sirius is the star that has been here. Wisdom keepers. Ka, right? Our universal energy, our immortality. And all of this she's reconnecting to within herself. And it says, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So Spirit is trying to remind us that we don't need to feel alone. That as we go through this cleansing process, through this purgation process, all you have to do is take your time within, just like both of these cards are doing, and ask for help. Listen to the messages that are coming to you. Everything is changing. Transformation can feel terrifying. But this transformation is a great awakening. It's for the good of everybody. So as light workers, it is our job to hold the flames, to hold the light.